What's up, 88ers? Welcome back.
Hey.
We're here again with Miguel Paul, 88 athlete and old school athlete. My man is bringing us his top exercise for every single body part you have. So if you can only pick one exercise, we're coming with it with Miguel's top.
This was a tough one. You made me brainstorm on this one.
It is tough. If you can only pick one exercise for each body part, only one.
Just one.
You gotta have to think about it for a while. Stay tuned. We're gonna get into it. Before we get into the exercises, we got updates, baby. We are 2 weeks out from the OCB Chesapeake. Miguel's looking at the pro card. He's coming in strong, baby. How you doing, Miguel?
I'm feeling good. Actually, to be honest, I feel small right now, like we were talking about, but otherwise, I feel great. Time's flown by. This prep is the longest prep time that we've taken yet for any show. Did a 16-week prep, so we've been going at it for 14 weeks now. I feel like the longer prep time gave me more ability to bring out my definition, to work on body parts that I felt like I was lagging in, and to really like be able to dial in on the discipline of my nutrition.
Yep.
Yeah, feel really good. We're down to 203.8, so just under 204 pounds.
Where'd you start?
236, 237.
Hey! Nice.
Yeah. And even with all that weight loss, this is like the fullest that my muscles have stayed in prep. It's the strongest I've been able to stay in prep. It's the most endurance I've been able to have yet. It's like the more I threw at my body, the more it's like, give me more.
Man, fantastic. He's coming in strong. Like I said, 2 weeks from now, this will probably air 1 week out. But 2 weeks from today, Miguel's gonna step on stage, dominate, and get that OCB Pro card, baby. Yeah. All right, let's get into the exercise, big man.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna start with chest, y'all. Miguel, what's your top chest exercise?
Top chest exercise for me has got to be bench press. Old school movement, big compound movement. I feel like nothing really beats just a barbell chest press or bench press.
I happen to agree 100%. Old school, flat barbell bench press.
Yeah.
Load up the weight, put the load on the chest. Let's see how it's done, big boy. Number one exercise for chest. No question about it. I don't think anybody's gonna argue this one. Good. Just like that, you come down, tap your chest, and press it back up. Big compound movement. Load up the weights. Do as much as you can. 3 to 4 sets, 6 to 10 reps. When you're starting your chest day, I would highly recommend you start with flat barbell bench press. Not only is it Miguel's top exercise for chest, it's also mine and a whole lot of other people. So you might want to put a star next to that one. Any tips you got on that one, Miguel?
So for this one, with most weights or movements that I do, we like to control the negative on the way down.
Good tip.
Get a good stretch at the bottom portion of the rep. Contract all the way up, get a nice squeeze at that top of it, and just maintain that same rhythm in there.
Yes, fantastic tip. I can't tell you how many people I see on social media bouncing the bar off their chest. I mean, dude got 405 pounds and just drops it, tries to get momentum.
Risking injury, you're gonna have a sternum injury, something like that.
Correct.
Know, who needs that?
Nobody needs that. And you're gonna build so much more muscle if you control the negative portion of the rep as opposed to just dropping it.
Yeah.
Great tips, my man. Stay tuned. We just getting started. So now we're gonna do the tricep exercise. Miguel's number one top exercise for triceps. What you got, big boy?
We're gonna do cable extensions with the tricep bar. So this recently just jumped to the top of my list since you showed me this extension
My
here.
man.
I found it at my gym up at the training center. And this is what I've been using every single time that I do tricep extensions now. Like we talked about before, and if you missed the video, check it out, the tricep video. But this puts a different type of stretch and range of motion on your triceps that I can't get anywhere else.
Agreed?
Yeah.
I agree with that 100%. And this bar is designed to work your tricep. It's called a tricep bar. It was made to work your tricep. So the big difference is you can do this with a rope, but this is rigid.
Yeah.
The rope you're gonna move all around is pliable, right? This locks you into your range of motion because it's rigid, and you get a good stretch and a good squeeze. And like Miguel said, I can't really explain it. I can't tell you why, but it is a different feel than any other tricep exercise out there. It just feels different, feels great.
You gotta hit the other side.
My man. Hit them both, baby, hit them both. It's also unilateral, so if you have a weak side, it's gonna bring up that weak side as well. And man, I'm gonna say it again. It is designed, the bar is designed for your tricep, and when you use it, man, it really just isolates and kills that tricep. Great choice, big boy. Any tips?
So again, control the negative, control the positive, control the whole range of motion. And like Coach was saying, this has a different feel, and I would have to agree. I think it's the rigidity of the bar.
Yeah.
So when you get to that max extension point on there, there's no give. You really feel your tricep flex through that whole thing, and it really helps bring that horseshoe part out of your arm.
Yes, sir. Stay tuned, we're just getting started. Moving right along, we're hitting biceps now. Miguel's #1 top pick for biceps. What you got, big boy? And check out his biceps, by the way. So you might want to pay attention to what he's doing.
Preacher curls.
Okay.
I love the stability that a preacher curl offers that other curling motions don't. You can't sling the weight up. It locks you into place, especially when you do this right, when you take your armpit and jam it into the top of the bench.
Absolutely.
Keeps you still, makes you focus on the actual contraction of the muscle. Yeah. I feel like this gives me some of the better gains and like the biggest peak to my biceps.
My man, great peak exercise. And Miguel already said it. You sink your armpit right into the bench. There's no momentum. There's no cheating. 100% bicep. 100% no momentum. All bicep, baby. Good stretch, good squeeze. Come over here, get a shot from the inside. Look at that bicep, man. Holy smokes. Look at that thing. What? My man, got some serious guns. Preacher curls is the #1 exercise. I highly advise you do some preacher curls, y'all. I love preacher curls as well. If you have the machine, go ahead and relax, baby. They seen your bicep, my man. They seen it.
All right.
So if you have the machine at the commercial gym, it works just the same way. You're doing 2 arms, sink your armpits into there, stretch them, and squeeze them. If you don't, you're working at a home gym, here's your preacher curl.
Yeah.
Any more tips on that one?
So a tip that I gave before, if you missed it, it's in our bicep video as well.
Okay.
I like to treat the bicep curl with an idea of like scooping your hand through sand. So if you do this scoop motion here, it really helps engage the bicep the whole time. I try to keep that in mind, and it helps maintain a real good mind-muscle connection during the whole exercise.
My man, great tips. Scoop curl, mind the muscle connection. Stay tuned, we're rolling on. Moving on to shoulders, y'all. And Miguel picked a rear delt exercise for his shoulders here, the most neglected of the muscles out there, rear delts. So what we got for rear delts, big boy?
For rear delts, we're gonna do cable pulls. Face pulls on the cables.
Yep.
We actually have this attachment here. Pick these up from the NPC show.
Yep.
The guys that do this are military vets. They use 550 paracord and they make monkey fists. So they're
MF grips, monkey fist grips.
Yeah.
If you want to check them out, they're on Instagram.
So they have a couple different loops in here so you can adjust them to do the tension. I like putting them on the second one. That way it shortens the rope and it gives you good tension the whole way through. And then my tip for this is I actually don't hold on to the grip like this. I split my fingers
Yep.
and
Claw
go,
grip.
yeah, do a claw grip.
My
That
man.
way that you can engage your rear delts the whole way. Pull here, get a good flare on the elbows, and pull that straight tight to the face like that.
Very good. This is a unique grip here. You're not gonna see monkey fist grips in too many things. But if you have them, 100% use them on the face pulls, baby. It feels great, different feel to it, different exercise. Let's check this out. All right, as you see, his rear delt is right here. He's leaning enough we can see him, baby. Come back, squeeze, stretch it out. Come back, squeeze, keep it engaged as he lowers it. Bam, just like that. What a fantastic shot. That's great. You're leaning up. We can even see the rear delt popping out, baby.
So if you don't have access to the monkey fist grips, you can still do that same claw grip with a rope attachment that like 99.9% of gyms have.
Sure.
So, because they have this stopper here on the bottom, you can do the same thing. Split your fingers, hit that claw grip, and it'll work the same way for you.
Perfect. So either way, with the rope or the monkey fist grips, which one you give the nod to? That's a great shot. You like the monkey fist grip better?
I do like the monkey fist grip a little bit better.
I agree. There's something about it. It's a smaller rope, so your fingers aren't spread out as much. That's number one. You're not going to get as much rope burn.
Yeah.
But it's a different feel. Once again, I can't explain it. But once you use it, you feel those rear delts, man. Whew. Any other tips, big boy?
Don't neglect your rear delts. Don't be like me. I spent a lot of time this past off season and getting ready for this show, bringing my delts up. So that's been a real big focus of mine. And doing these face pulls has really helped bring out the separation in my rear delts, which helps bring out the total 3D muscle package.
Beat me to it, baby. My man likes 3D muscles. If you want 3D delts, you better work the rear delts. Otherwise, you're going to have a 2D delt, right?
Yeah, you don't want that. We want symmetrical balance.
All right, moving right along.
Yes,
Here
sir.
we go. After shoulders, we're moving on to back. And my boy got a superset for you, and it's nasty, baby. We got pull-ups, superset with pull-downs. Why'd you pick this superset?
Honestly, I learned this from Coach Camille. We ran a lat focused back workout about 2 weeks ago, and she introduced this to me, and it completely smoked my lats. I felt them for like 3 days after the workout. So after that and they recovered, I actually put this into my lat workout routine.
My man.
Big compound movement with the pull-ups first. Really engage your lats, and then right into a lat pull down. Same thing, a nice big compound movement, but just keeping that blood flow and pump going. You're not gonna get as many lat pull downs after the pull ups, obviously. But it helps with just overall size, I feel like, and bringing out that muscle.
You're extending the set. So you go to failure on the pull-ups, but you're not done yet. You're gonna go to pull downs and really finish your back off. This is a fantastic superset. Shout out to Camille. Bam! All right, my boy's got the underhand grip. Why are we doing underhand grip? You got a better stretch at the bottom, better squeeze at the top. If you want to hit lats, go ahead and get an underhand grip, stretch them, and squeeze them, baby. You know, you got your wide grip here, your close grip's here. So you stretch a whole lot more with the close grip. And the underhand grip is gonna hit more lats than if you do an overhand grip. My man, whenever you're ready, baby.
Sorry, I could have kept going.
Right to the superset. You want to have less than 3 seconds, ideally, in between your supersets. So, just like so, my man. And he already said it, you're probably going to have to go a little bit lighter on your pull downs than normal because you're pre-exhausted with the pull-ups. But look at this back, man. Stretch, squeeze. All kinds of muscles popping out back there. My man's 2 weeks out, looking shredded, looking ready, my man.
Thank you, Coach.
What other tips you got for this superset, big boy?
So I'm gonna sound like a broken record, guys, but really try to control that weight through the full range of motion. When you get to the bottom or the max contraction point, really squeeze. Hold that for about a second, and then guide the weight back up to the starting position, and just do it again till you can't.
Amen. And it is a broken record, but how many times do you see people do a pull-up and then drop? Do a pull-up and then drop. You're missing literally half of the rep if you just drop down.
And then they wonder why they have shoulder pain or something.
And that's it as well. All right, great superset for your back. Stay tuned, we're rolling on. Back's a big muscle, y'all. We just killed your upper back. Now we got a lower back exercise. What you got for lower back, big boy?
Got these pendulum rows. So shout out Coach Camille again for this one. This is a really nice big compound movement. It feels like you're in like the deadlift position. You get that explosiveness from being able to tap the weights off the ground, but you can really pull a lot more weight for that reason too. drive the elbows up through the hip, engage the lats all the way through, and you can feel that lower back pulling into it. Helps bring out that Christmas tree that we're looking for.
Man. Yeah. Great exercise, and like you said, it simulates a deadlift, but it's only the bottom quarter of the deadlift because you're going from here to here, just like the bottom quarter of your deadlift. Yeah. So if you want to improve your deadlift, start doing some pen leg rows. Now, this is a lower back exercise because obviously you got to stabilize the weight. Right there, big boy, an explosive movement. You tap it off the ground, explode up to your chest. Great exercise. This is going to work your entire back, by the way. But you can see how much his lower back's working right there to get it off the floor and explode up. Great exercise. Great exercise. One of my favorites. Shout out to Camille again. Any other tips on this one, big boy?
I don't know about tips, but just to point out, so like our lat pull downs and pull ups are definitely going to add the width to the back.
Yep.
So we want to do something to bring out the depth to those muscles too, which is why we're going to hit this row right here. Because again, 3D muscle, guys.
You got it. You got the width. You need the depth as well, the thickness.
Yeah.
And this is a great one. It's going to do it. All right. We're moving on to abs now, y'all. And my boy has a serious six-pack. You have a six-pack? Look at that. Are you kidding me right now? Straight ripped. Great abs, great six-pack. What's your top pick for ab exercise, man?
Top pick for me is going to be cable crunches with this rope attachment here. It's a good old school movement. If you look back at like golden era of bodybuilding, you see a lot of big name bodybuilders doing this motion here.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's something that's forgotten about a lot of times.
You don't see it.
And being gotten away from. I'm glad that I discovered it because it's really helped bring out my abs, makes them pop, gives you like a different feel and contraction than what you get doing sit-ups or even ab machines at most of your gyms.
Yeah, and you can progressively overload, so you can add weight to this exercise. The sit-up, I guess you could add weight, hold it on your chest, but you're adding reps most of the time when it's a body weight exercise. This one you can add weight to, progressively overload those abs just like every other exercise, every other muscle. You got to progressively overload them if you want to develop them.
Absolutely.
Let's see what you got, babe. All right, my man. Just like so, keep your core tight. Bring your elbows to your knees. You can see he's facing away from the stack. A lot of people will face towards the stack. When he's done, I'll let him explain why. But this is, to me, is the best way to do it. Using his abs to crunch down the entire time.
And then another thing we can do, right, is we like to take things to exhaustion. So if you get to the point where you can't do the full rep, you can do lengthened partials on these.
My man.
So instead of going all the way back up, you hit this right here.
Nice. Really burn them out. Fantastic.
And then get into your next set after you let that recover.
Yeah.
So the reason that I like doing it facing away from the bar is because I've tried it both ways, facing towards, facing away.
Sure.
But I feel like facing away just gives you more tension in the abs throughout the whole crunching motion. It feels a little bit more natural and it helps keep that weight behind the head. So if you do pull-ups, if you do sit-ups, you'll notice that when you put your hands behind your head, it's a little bit more difficult. It feels like it engages the core from top to bottom all the way through.
Yep.
So we want to mimic that while putting the weight on there to actually grow the muscle, because with all other exercises, you have to add that weight stimuli to it in order to make them grow other than just your regular body weight or calisthenic exercise.
Great tips, great exercise. I got nothing to add. He covered that fantastically. And you saw his abs, man. Great exercise, great abs. Stay tuned, we're doing a leg one next. One leg exercise from Miguel, and dude has wheels, man. Let me tell you, he's got some serious freaking legs on him. Boom, just like that. Serious legs, serious beef, serious size, and they're cut up. You just saw it. Number one exercise, big boy. What you got?
Gotta be the king of leg movements. That's gonna be your squats, guys.
Almost everyone out there should have known we're going to do squats for the number one exercise for legs. Nobody's going to argue that.
Nah.
Unless you have a reason not to do squats, you should 100% be doing squats.
For sure.
What else you got, man?
I really can't speak about these enough or too much. So it's kind of one of those, if you squatted, you know exactly what we're gonna say. There's no motion that really mimics this. I feel like it's called the king of leg exercises for a reason.
100%.
You can really load the weight up after you get your legs strong enough to do so. Higher reps for the legs to bring out the cuts. That's gonna be my recommendation.
Great tip.
I used to do about 10 to 12 reps per set. I've been aiming more for a 15, and if I can get it, if the weight allows me to, up to 20 reps per set. Really feel that burn in the quads, engage them the whole time. Yeah, I'll show you what I'm talking about.
And great tip, study after study's coming back, higher reps are better for legs hypertrophy. They respond better to higher reps than your upper body does. Your upper body responds better to lower reps. Legs, higher reps. So just like Miguel even figured out without reading the studies, the higher reps, your legs will respond better to. My man, great form. He's going all the way down into the hole, all the way back up, squeeze the muscles at the top. You can see this is gonna put a load on your entire body. The weight is on your shoulders. You're squatting all the way down, coming back up. It is a serious load on your body. Your legs are gonna blow up. Your core is gonna get strong. I can't preach enough about squats. If you talk to any bodybuilder over the past 50 years, 99% of them are gonna tell you squats.
Yeah.
Squats for legs, baby. What else you got?
So I know that wasn't 15 reps, guys. I'm sorry. I actually trained legs last night, so they're a little bit beat right now.
We're demonstrating.
With this, a good tip that I have is try to keep your heels anchored to the ground, right? You don't want them to move up and down during that motion.
Yep.
Keeping them planted helps you really sink into it. You come back up, flex at the top, squeeze everything. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your quads, squeeze your hams, squeeze your calves, squeeze it all. Keep that core tight while you're doing it too. Yep. Brace your core through that whole range of motion. And if you need to, get a lifting belt. Helps you remember to keep the abs tight.
100%. And another pro tip, he said push off your heels. Make sure you got flat shoes. If you got shoes like I got on, tennis shoes, that's not leg day shoes. That's not a flat shoe. My heel is already elevated, so it makes it harder to push off your heel when you're in tennis shoes. Wear a flat shoe on leg day, baby.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, we got a bonus coming. Got a bonus. One more shoulder exercise. It's such a good one, we had to throw it in there. Miguel gave us a superset, baby. What you got for shoulders? Finish it off with the bonus.
So I'm gonna do lateral raises, and then we're gonna go into a standing military press.
Ooh, baby. So he's pre-exhausting with the isolation, side raises, and then he's gonna finish it off with the compound military press.
Correct. Or if you want, you can flip it around and do the compound first, and then do your laterals after.
Post-exhaust.
Yeah. It's up to you. I'm kind of sick in the head when it comes to lifting sometimes. So.
Let's see what you got, Miguel.
We're gonna start here. I like to keep the weight in front of me, and we're only gonna draw the shoulders up, or the weights up to shoulder level rather. Keep that up parallel. Don't let your muscles go slack. Keep tension in them. Get a good squeeze at the top. Fantastic. Go back to the bottom, and just repeat this range of motion here.
Fantastic. If you didn't hear him, he said don't drop the weights. Keep your shoulders engaged as you lower the weight. Right into the military press. Bam! So we isolated, we pre-exhausted your side delts. Now we're hitting all three heads of the delts. We're really gonna exhaust that side delt. You're getting some recruits from your front delt and your rear delt, but since your side delt is already pre-exhausted, you're really gonna kill it with the overhead press right now. Great exercise, great superset for your shoulders, big boy. Any other tips?
Again, broken record, guys. Just control your weight through the whole range of motion on this.
Yes.
I know some people like to do the behind the head presses.
No.
I was gonna say that tears your shoulders up. There's been study after study to show, and I know that a lot of old school bodybuilders did that, but they'll be the first to tell you that tore their shoulders up.
Don't do it. I'm gonna quote Mountain Dog. You know, you can see guys doing it, and they might do it for a while, even 3 years, but then they're going, man, something wrong with my shoulder.
Yeah.
What happened? I'm not sure what happened. It's because they're behind the neck pressing.
And especially since we're pre-exhausting, keep this weight in a range that you can really control. You don't want to let the weight drop down. You don't want to hurt yourself. The name of the game is longevity and sustainability. It's not like a quick fix thing or anything. We're trying to stay in the gym.
There ain't nothing quick in fitness, man. It's slow progress, it's long progress, it's a long game. And anytime you do anything overhead, you better use a weight you can control. Otherwise, you might end up in the hospital.
Yeah.
Great tips. Stay tuned. We're going to recap, baby. Right before we recap this, baby, Miguel, check out his Instagram. Check out his old school labs. Check them out. What you got, baby?
For Instagram, you can find me at nattydaddy_88. That's NATTYDADDY_88. I do post a lot of videos of workouts in the gym, a lot of reels. I tag 88 Fitness Training and everything. These are my coaches. These are my people. You can find them on Instagram as well at 88 Fitness Training.
My man.
Also, awesome YouTube channel that they have. Same name, 88 Fitness Training YouTube channel. There are literally hundreds of videos that they have on there with great explanations, breaking down exercises, range of movements, all that stuff. I've learned a lot from you.
He's plugging us, baby. He's plugging us. I appreciate it, my man.
Of course. And then for all your supplement needs, merchandise, even duffel bags, hoodies, whatever, it's got to be oldschoollabs.com. I do have an affiliate link in my bio on Instagram, and then you can save about 15 to 20% if you use my code. That's OSL Miguel, OSLMIGUEL. It saves you some money in the long run, and I'm not gonna lie, it does help me out. I get a little bit of kickback from it, but that's the perks of being an ambassador.
Yes, and I've used Old School. Camille's used Old School. It's a great company, trusted company, great products.
Yeah.
If you're gonna get Old School, go ahead and get a discount for yourself and hook Miguel up. It's a win-win. You can't go wrong with it, baby.
Absolutely.
Anything else?
Catch me at the OCB Chesapeake Classic
Bam!
in 2 weeks, guys. Coaches said it. I've tried to remain humble about it, but honestly, I am going for that pro card.
Yes, we are.
I'm a competitive person. I wouldn't compete otherwise, and that's definitely in my eyesight and my crosshairs right now. That's why we've been dieting for going on 16 weeks. That's why we've cut calories. That's why we've increased cardio. That's why we go to bed hungry and wake up hungry.
We're going for that pro card. This is a celebration of discipline. Bodybuilding is a celebration of discipline. Miguel's going for it. He's going to get it. Stay tuned. We're going to show you, baby. All right, we did a bunch of exercises this morning, y'all. We recap because if we forget something while we're filming, we go ahead and add it into the recap. So Miguel and I just discussed, we only forgot one exercise with some tips in it. That's the cable crunches. So what do you got for cable crunches, man?
So sorry guys, I almost forgot to tell you. A big reason I like the cable crunches is it does engage your whole core, but more specifically, it helps like engage your oblique muscle here. Especially if you keep that tight the whole time, you can really feel them firing and working. And then my pro tip that I forgot to tell you about is sit on your heels, right? Keep your body weight anchored to the ground. Don't let your butt raise up or anything like that. That'll help keep the tension in your core and help keep your back straight through that motion and really tighten up on the abs while you crunch.
Great tips on the cable crunches, y'all. All right, so we went over all #1 exercise, Miguel's #1 exercises for every body part. You see the physique, you can't argue with the results. So if you want results like Miguel, I highly recommend you start your leg day with squats. You start your chest day with barbell bench press, etc., etc. Start your bicep day with the preacher curls, etc., etc. Great exercises. #1 for Miguel. You want to build like Miguel? Do what Miguel does, y'all.
Hey.
All right, thanks for tuning in. I don't know where we're going to throw this on a playlist, but we'll throw it somewhere. 88 Fitness, like and subscribe.